Thomas!
Thomas!
Where is he?
Thomas!
Thomas! Thomas!
Thomas!
Thomas! Oh. I got him. I found him. I've got him. He's there. Thomas, what is going on, mate? We've been looking for you everywhere. What are you doing?
Well, they had announced the new M5 facelift. I didn't want to see that new grille.
No, but it's not even the... Did you poo?
I must have.
The announcement was 45 minutes ago.
I guess I didn't time it very well.
All right, well, listen. It's not even the ugly grille. Look.
At least not like the M3.
No.
Oh, it looks great.
Right?
Oh, thank
It's just an evolution.
Okay, I can do
Right,
that.
enough with the drama, enough with the theatrics.
All right,
let's go inside.
Oh, wait.
Let's get you cleaned up.
Did you poo as well?
I did, yes. I was worried, come on.
You're watching Throttle House. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James. And this is the 2021 BMW M5 Competition LCI. LCI, standing for Life Cycle Impulse. And while that sounds like a button on your washing machine, it's actually just BMW's branded name for a facelift. Seriously. And with that comes a refreshed design inside and out.
And that's something that James and I will chat about in a second, but it's not just aesthetic updates for 2021, and this is the M5 Competition. So first, let's go see what 617 horsepower feels like. And a massive thank you to Ali Khan for letting us feature one of the vehicles from his pretty mad collection. If you're new to Throttle House, we do car reviews, track tests, and quite a lot of messing around. So subscribe and hit the bell.
That's some G's. And that's, I don't want to say where the speed limit is because I didn't expect to be over it that fast. 3 seconds to 60 miles an hour, 100 kilometers an hour. Very much believable. And yet, even now, that speedometer looks like it's lying because this car doesn't feel like it's going, I feel like I'm going slowly right now. And yet I'm going 80. It doesn't register, it doesn't mentally register. This car hides its speed. But you put your foot down, and that ZF transmission sends the power to all four wheels. Oh, this thing is quick. It's peak, you know, out of the box. This is peak performance sedan. The power! 617 horsepower? Yeah, right, in your underwear. This thing is more than that. And for this year, they haven't actually changed any of the horsepower numbers, but apparently the torque band for those turbos has increased by 100 RPM. So you're never going to notice the difference in a million years. You're just going to put your foot down and go, I'm in jail. I'm in prison. Tell my mum I love her. This just gets you in trouble, this car.
Why? Oh, Jesus, the speed. Okay, as James was mentioning, this car is ridiculously quick. Like supercar quick. But what I like about it actually is the noise. I didn't like the M5 noise before. This must be different because it feels a little bit more organic. The exhaust is loud now. And on the downshifts, lots of crazy loud pops and bangs actually. It kind of cracks. And the shifts are great if you shift manually. Wow.
The problem is, in order to have straight line fun, you have to be going absurd speeds. I feel like I'm just kind of along for the ride until then. This is a car that looks after you. It's the M5, it's an executive experience. It's like having someone in the background doing everything for you. Between the comfort and the all-wheel drive system to the soft closed doors, it's an insulated experience. But perhaps a little bit too insulated. In fact, there's a line of communication missing between the car and the driver, so that when this thing does try to bite you, you don't see it coming.
Okay, so the thing is that this car does a lot for you. Right now we're on snow tires, which means the limits are a lot lower than they normally are. And all of the issues that I've kind of had with the M5 Comp in the past are very much present in this, unfortunately. You have to take all of the things I'm about to say with a grain of salt because this is an unbelievably good car. I'm just going to tell you the things that I'm feeling. The steering is way too numb, way too numb. Even in the sportiest mode, it's too light. And in the middle of a corner, if the car catches you out, which it will, I've found several times today, because of the fact that I'm on snow tires and there's gravel on the road and the temperatures are low, the rear kind of snaps, even with the X-Drive and the four-wheel drive on, and there's nothing communicated through the steering. You feel it in the chassis and you can react to it, but there's not much in the front end. The steering in the RS6 is more accurate and more confidence-inspiring, and the steering in the E63S is just better in every way. I have to say though that mid-corner road holding, this car is unbelievable, even on snow tires. Like you can chuck this thing into corners at absurd speeds and come out okay on the other side. Oh, just the performance through the corners is incredible. The car feels light. Until you hit a big bump, and then I don't know, apparently they retuned the dampers. I don't notice any difference. I don't think you would either. But I noticed that it bounces one too many times. But for the most part, for the everyday, the ride is supple. Usually when you add competition to a badge nowadays in BMW, it ruins the ride. That's not the case here. This car is still very, very good, very competent, but my issues with it are still there. It's just a little bit too insulated. It's like stroking a furry wall after smoking a Jeffrey, but you're wearing a glove, so you don't get to experience it.
Such a competent performance sedan. And I say the word competent because on one end of the scale you've got the RS6, which we were very lucky to drive on track recently, and that car is much more subdued, even though it has all the speed. And then on the other end is the E63S, which is just an absolute lunatic. The E-Class part of it is massively overshadowed by the AMG part of it. Whereas the BMW finds this middle ground where the M meets 5 and it feels pretty equal. It is very much a 5 Series, but it also has the M speed. It just doesn't feel crazy, that competition part. Other than the acceleration, finds a weird middle ground, and all the things that Thomas said ring true. But it's possible, out of the three cars, that you might just be swayed by the way it looks. All right, yeah. It drives familiarly.
Familiarly?
It's cold, it's cold.
It doesn't look familiarly though.
It doesn't look as unfamiliar as the other updates. This is a wonderful facelift.
That's a new grille and new headlights.
Yeah, they've cartoonized the front, I think, in a way that really works to its benefit.
But it looks like I love this. It just looks like a BMW.
Yes, it's very brand loyal in terms of
It's got
design.
all the BMW stuff, right? Like it's got this strong line running down the side. It's got a Hofmeister kink. It's got the stance.
Hofmeister kink.
Look at the stance.
No, it looks really great, and it hasn't fallen victim to some of the stuff that the AMGs and the Audis have fallen victim to, even the RS cars with fake vents everywhere.
No, there aren't any fake vents.
It's all real.
Like this is a new little M.
Even the exhausts are real.
Really?
Yeah, the exhaust tips are real. I still think that this, the proportions, everything about this is it looks like the ultimate 5 Series.
It does,
and it still maintains that sleeper look enough that the guy in the Aston Martin DB11 next to you at the traffic light has no idea that you're about to smoke him.
This is new taillights too, by the way.
Yeah, 3D taillights. They look fantastic. But speaking of smoke,
yes,
This is a new grey.
Great segue, James.
Brands Hatch Grey Metallic. There's a few new colours for 2021.
They take a track and then they take a color. They put them together. It's like,
a proud British track.
That's true. Okay. That's
So
fine.
yeah, there's also some blues and some reds.
Yeah.
But you know, half of a 5 Series is what's on the inside that counts.
Okay. Let's look.
Because the inside is very comfy.
It is. I've always liked the 5 Series interior. It's like the exact right amount of space, but not, you know, too big or too small. Right? I like it.
It's the Goldilocks zone.
It is.
We do have some updates though. This is a bigger screen, which actually looks massive.
James,
now.
sorry, that's a television.
It does look sizable, 12.3 inches.
Why? Okay.
Yeah, we've got some red stuff going on down here. So
You know what? Can you point that out to everyone again? That's a big deal.
Yes, this is the red border around this, a red surround.
They actually put that in the press release. That's a
did
thing.
they? That's a big thing. And as part of that, there's track mode now.
Yeah, well, track mode's really cool, actually. So if I go to my M modes here and I hold this down, it puts me in track mode, and the car gets very serious. The M8 Competition had this. So you activate track, and it shuts off the infotainment.
Oh, it just turns it off?
Yeah, because it's a distraction to the track. You don't want that. And then it puts it in the most insane of all of the modes. I have the cool M gauge cluster with like the 2 things running up the side.
Which is a great competitor to the Audi's virtual cockpit.
Well, no, it's not. It's not. Because Audi's virtual cockpit in any mode is usable. This is the only mode that I like this gauge cluster.
It would be nice if it was available in street mode.
Yes, but I mean, in the normal gauge cluster, it's just a little bit. I don't want to speed.
Very comfy seats, massaging, heated, ventilated. We still have the digital buttons here, so if you wanted physical buttons with this update, you're out of luck. But they're right there.
They're always in the same spot though, which is nice. Anyway, I like this interior. Got the Alcantara on the roof, the Bowers and Wilkins.
Yeah, fantastic sound system.
Right.
The rear seats are nice and comfortable.
There's tons of headroom as well, because there's no sunroof because it's a carbon fiber roof.
Well, I don't think the sunroof sacrifices the level of headroom you're suggesting. But if you're going to track it, you want.
This is enough for a helmet.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like easily enough for a helmet for me. No, I really like the interior of this car, and the steering wheel is the same, and it's a good size. I like it. I like the interior quite a lot. The car overall, though.
The new M5 has always been a bit of a question mark for us. Blistering performance, fantastic sound, perfectly executed looks. It is an undeniable senior member of the Bavarian muscle household. And with all the comforts of a 5 Series, it massively succeeds in the luxury department too.
But competition badge or not, the way it hides its speed, the way it insulates its passengers from the road, means it doesn't quite get our blood pumping the way a 617 horsepower BMW M car should. And certainly not in the way its AMG competitor does. But if you want that in between, and you want to be in a 3-second to 60 mile per hour German powerhouse, then the 2021 updates for the M5 Competition only make that experience better.
When the world slips you a Jeffrey, stroke the furry wall, stroke the furry wall. When the world slips you a Jeffrey.
The update. I didn't want to see that new grille.
They haven't even... It's happened. It's activated. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
I hate when we know we've got a funny punchline coming. Sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry.
all right. I'm not freezing cold.
I was like looking at him like... Okay, all right. Come on, enough of this. Let's get you home. All right?
Wait, did you poo as well?
Of course I did. I get worried.
James. Okay.
Oh,
So close.
sorry.
Wait, hold it in. Hold it in. Of course I did. I was worried.
Yeah.